Ununited Christ. Shalam. Ununited Christ. Begging you with these words, the Bible.
It's the Bible. We're coming out of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8. With the grace of the Most High, we're getting through this this beautiful book. Again, this whole Bible is about wisdom. If you don't understand the Bible, you don't understand wisdom. If you don't understand the word of the Most High, and as the scripture says, you are vain. Vain. Vain are men that don't understand the Most High power. Vain are men that don't have wisdom, that don't understand the knowledge and righteousness, that don't try to perfect righteousness and perfect the wisdom of the Most High. We're reading, start from the last verse, actually. The last verse, chapter 8. We're entering, what, you got 9, 10, 11, 12. We got four more chapters left of this book. Beautiful book, right? Go ahead, read it from verse 8. Read it from 16.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 16. When I applied mine heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yea further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it.
Now, again, we got to remember who's speaking here, right? Whose work this is. This is Solomon right now, right? He was the preacher. And he said, when I applied my heart to know wisdom, and everything that's done under the sun, that neither day nor night seeth sleep with their eyes. That what? Read that 17th verse again. Read that 17th verse again.
Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun.
So stop right there. Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that man cannot find out. Of everything that's done under the sun, man cannot find out. Meaning what? Man can't understand it. Man can't comprehend. Man can't consider or think to know it. Because the Most High didn't give that to man. He didn't put it in man to know, right? Give me that Job 9 and 1. Go ahead, finish.
Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. Because though a man labor to seek it out, yea further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it.
Yet shall he not be able to find it. Yea, though a wise man think to know it. They think they're able to comprehend how the trees grow. Right? How the sun rotates and does its business. The stars and the sea and the fish and all the creatures that are under the heaven. Men think they know these things, correct? Men think they know when it's going to rain, when it's going to snow, right? How hot it's going to be. Men think to know these things, but they don't know for real. They can't even comprehend the ways of the Most High. They don't even understand the things that are done under the sun right here. So how can we understand what's going on up in the heavens? Because now we want to go up into space, to go to the moon and go land on Mars, to understand the sun, when we don't even understand the things that's going on right here in the earth. We don't even understand the coronavirus. But yet man done developed a vaccine that's supposed to fight it. And these are things that's right here in front of us. Right? Go ahead. Read that verse for me right here.
This is Job 9 and 1.
Stop right there. You know, the thing about it is, a lot of people got a lot to say about the Bible, but there's not too many men that's able to break it down. And there's not too many men that's able to understand it. They got a lot to say about the word of the Most High, but they don't know. They don't search out. They don't seek it. They don't try to, go to, that's my line upon line. Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 38 for me. Go ahead, read what you got over here.
This is Job 9 and 1. Then Job answered and said, I know it is so of a truth, but how should men be just with the Most High?
That's the question. How should man be just with the Most High? How should a creator, how should the creation be just with the Creator? Right? How should the creation be made equal to the Creator? Go ahead, keep going.
Job 9:2. I know it is of a truth, but how should man be just with the Most High?
Right, read it.
If he will contend with them, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000.
So if man will contend with the Most High, right? Man can't answer the Most High. Man can't teach the Most High. Man can't say, well, I think it should go like this. Man can't contend. Go ahead, keep going.
This is Job 9:3. Excuse me.
Yep, good. Hold that. Go ahead.
38 what?
And 1?
Ecclesiasticus
39:1.
39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Go ahead, keep going.
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where I'll read it again. He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
So he will be there also, where wisdom is, where the parables are, where the prophecies are, where the commandments and the law is. I mean, he's going to seek out and search to understand wisdom, right? And you don't do that in religion. You definitely can't find it in the churches, in these religious churches today. So where are you going to seek out and to learn of the Most High? That's through his word. And his word don't change. Go ahead. You got over here?
Job 9:2. I know it is so of a truth, but how should man be just with the Most High? If he will contend with him, he cannot answer him 1 of 1,000.
Right, read it.
He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered.
Answer yourself that question. Who hath hardened himself against the Most High power and has prospered? Cool. You might be able to get a little bit of money in the world, a nice car, a nice job. But in the end, who prospers? He that hardened himself against the Most High. Hold that and go to Deuteronomy chapter 29. Hold that and go to Deuteronomy chapter 29. Read it from verse 18. Read that verse again.
This is Job 9:3. 9:4. He is wise in heart and mighty in strength, who hath hardened himself against him and hath prospered.
That's the question. Who hath hardened himself against the Most High power and has prospered? Can't nobody say that they could do that. Say, oh, you know what? I don't want to serve the Most High no more. I don't want to keep the Sabbath. I don't want to celebrate the feast days anymore. I want to start eating, all the abominable foods that everybody else is eating. I want to celebrate all the customs and all the holidays that everybody else is celebrating. And I'm going to be all right because everybody else is all right. Because everybody else is doing good. Nothing's happening to them. Let me see what you got.
29.
29. Read it from verse 29. Read it from verse 18. Go ahead, read what you got.
Deuteronomy 29:18. Lest there should be among you man or woman, or family, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from the Lord our power.
Right, whose heart, meaning what? They hardened themselves against the Most High. Go ahead, keep going.
To go and serve the gods of these nations.
Right.
Lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood.
Lest there should be a root among you that beareth gall or wormwood. Right? That's poison right there. That's poisonous thinking. Meaning that's only going to destroy you. Even though you may think that you're going to be all right, that you're going to be okay in the earth. But some brothers' judgment are before men and some follow after. And that is true, because in the end, in the trial, man is in the end. Right? Go ahead, keep going.
And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart, to add drunkenness to thirst.
To add drunkenness to thirst. So you are what? You're faint, and there's a famine for the word, so you're thirsty. But now you're also drunken with the philosophies, and with the lies, and with the deceit. To add drunkenness to thirst. Right? Go ahead, keep going. Why? Because you choose to harden yourself against the Most High and think you're going to prosper. And you say in your heart, I'm going to be at peace. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be okay. But the Most High said that that's not going to happen. Go ahead. You can drop that. Give me what's going on here. Read it down to 10. Job
Job 9 and 5, which removeth the mountains, and they know not, which overturneth them in his anger, which shaketh the earth out of her place, and the pillars thereof tremble.
You can stop right there. And that's who? That's who doing that? That's the Most High. But men try to comprehend. And they try to understand. And it's usually the men that don't want to serve the Most High. The so-called white men got a lot to say about the Bible. Half of them confess it, but then the other half try to disprove it. And we, being Israel, we follow along right with it. Half of us act like we confess the Bible, and the other half are dead against it. When the Bible do what? The Bible convict any and every last one of us here on earth. You can find anybody in the Bible. You can find everybody in the Bible. There's nobody that this Bible don't touch. There's nobody that this word don't touch. Right? Give me that, read that 17th verse again of Ecclesiastes. You can drop, yeah, you can drop that. Oh, no, I still want that. Read my line upon line, though. That
Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 8 and 17. Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it.
Yea, though a wise man think to know it. So all your PhDs and your doctors and your college professors and your politicians, all the wise men on the earth, your scientists, they may think to know they may think that they're able to comprehend what's going on here under the heavens, in the earth, but they'll never be able to find out. They'll never be able to find out. Even though they may think to know it. Though a wise man think to know it. And even the wisest man on righteousness on this side, even he don't hardly know. Even though, but he may think to know it, as the scripture says. Go ahead, give me that over here.
This is Job Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 13. For what man is he that can know the counsel of the Most High? Or who can think what the will of the Lord is?
Or who can think what the will of the Most High is? Again, a lot of people say they believe in the Lord, but the Bible is tampered with. The Bible been changed so many times. The Bible's not the real word of the Most High, but yet they say they believe in the Most High. Well, how can you believe in His word? How can you believe in Him if you don't believe in His word? Think about that. How can you believe in the Most High if it wasn't for His word? Right? Go ahead, keep going.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 14.
Right? Stop. We wouldn't even have knowledge of what the Sabbath is, the importance of the Sabbath, if it wasn't written in His word. We wouldn't have knowledge on what's clean or what's unclean, what we should or shouldn't eat, if the word didn't say it. Go ahead, keep going.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain.
For the thoughts of mortal men, meaning what? Flesh and blood, earth and ashes. Everybody that's walking the earth right now, our thoughts are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. A lot of brothers and sisters don't know what to think. They're thinking too many different things. They got a lot of different convictions in their heart. They believe in the Most High. They go to church, but yet they believe in abortions. And they believe in contraceptions. And they believe in Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving. And they believe in the white Jesus. A lot of different convictions that go on in brothers' hearts. Our devices are but uncertain. And we try to do so many different things in the earth. Because what? Because we love the earth. Because we want to prosper in the earth. Because we want to live a long time. And exact all our desires and our imaginations. And fulfill all our lusts. This is what men think. And this is what men do in the earth. Go ahead, keep going. But then they want to comprehend the ways of the Most High. When we are too carnal, too earthly, too wicked. Right? Go ahead, keep going.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 15. For the corruptible body presses down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
That museth upon many things. You look at the Sabbath, especially when brothers start to come and start to celebrate the Sabbath, right? And they're trying, but yet they got a lot. But yet their mind, their heart is mused upon many different things. That's contrary to the Sabbath. It might not be evil, but it don't got nothing to do with the Most High on His day. So then it can turn evil. The heart museth upon many things because we are so carnal. Right? Go ahead. Read that verse again.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that museth upon many things.
So the corruptible body presseth down the soul. That's your imagination and your character. The corruptible body, meaning our flesh, right? Things that feel good to our flesh. Because we sin against our body, right? So the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that museth upon many things. Remember, the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. This is true. And we are flesh. And we've lived most of our time when? In the flesh. Not according to the spirit, but according to the carnal mind. Therefore, our mind museth upon many different things. There's a lot of wicked thoughts that run through brothers and sisters' mind that we got to kick out. And it might be hard. But you got to have that will and that desire to kick these wicked thoughts out. But when brothers don't have that will and they don't have the desire, all they commit is wickedness and all they commit is sin and abomination. But then on the flip side, they'll say they understand the Bible. They understand the creation. They understand Christ. Right? Go ahead, read it, keep going.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 16. And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth.
So as the scripture says, hardly do we guess aright. Meaning 8 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, the majority of the time, we are wrong at the things that's here on the earth. It might appear like something. It might appear like we got the answer, but the majority of the time, as the scripture says, hardly do we guess aright at the things that are before us. And with labor do we find... Go ahead. Go ahead. You can read that for me.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 16. And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us.
With labor do we find out the things that are before us. So now you actually have to put in some work, because the things that are before us is a testament to the things that was in times past. And to understand what is before us, you got to go to the past. But so with labor do we find the things that are before us. Go ahead. Keep going. And even then, men still don't understand the past. They'll say, looking at a tree, you could tell how many thousand years it old, like how many thousand years old it is. Or looking at bones, you could tell when this person died or whatever it may be. I remember I had a question for one of the teachers at my school that don't believe in the Bible and is an atheist. And, they got all these dinosaur pictures in their classroom. And I said, well, we weren't living during the dinosaur era, per se. How do you know what a dinosaur sounded like? You know what they said? Well, looking at the structure of the throat of the dinosaur and then the structures of the animals today, you kind of get an idea of what a dinosaur may have sounded like. Even science itself is just a guess. And they're not right. Because science and the definition thereof and their theories change all the time. Correct?
You heard that King Tut sound clip?
No, go ahead.
They did the same thing like you just said. They were trying to find out what he sounded like. So, they dug up his mummy and this and that, rebuilt his vocal cords, this and that. What was the last thing he said? Or it was like a kind of like a yell, like, oh! that was it.
See, man is something else,
Now, Joe, which one of the scientists agree?
Exactly. Which one of the scientists agree? Because you got one scientist that will say the flood happened, and then the other one will say no, it was the Big Bang Theory or the Gilgamesh flood or evolution, and even they themselves don't agree. And again, who go ahead, keep going. Read it over here.
Wisdom of Solomon 9 and 16. And hardly do we guess aright at the things that are upon the earth, And with labor do we find the things that are before us, but the things that are in heaven, who has searched out?
But the things that are in heaven, who hath searched out? And again, this wisdom comes from above. It's not something that's just that you're born with wisdom. Very rarely are men born with that. And the Most High will make that known. That I knew you from the womb, like he knew Jeremiah, like he knew John, like he knew Christ. But the majority of men walking in the earth today, born with foolishness, born at all adventure, right? Menstruous women bringing forth monsters. And it's these monsters that think they understand the Most High. The beasts of the field. Beasts think they can able to understand and comprehend wisdom. Read the last verse.
Wisdom of Solomon 9:17, and thy counsel, who hath known, except thou give wisdom and send thy Holy Spirit from above.
So thy counsel, the Most High's counsel, right? Meaning the Most High's direction. What he says is right or wrong, what brothers and sisters should do, that comes from above. But the Most High got to give that to you. And he's not just giving it to anybody. Because he's not going to give it to a brother or to a sister that's just going to have the counsel be presented to them. And then they just poo-poo and be like, I don't want to go that way. I think I'm going to do it this way. The Most High's not giving his counsel to brothers and sisters like that. Give me that Ecclesiasticus 18:4.
Ecclesiasticus 18:4. To whom hath he given power to declare his works? And who shall find out his noble acts? Who shall number the strength of his majesty?
Right. Read it.
And who shall also tell out his mercies?
And who shall also tell out his mercies? Who knows how much mercy the Most High got for a man or for a brother? Go ahead, keep going.
As for the wondrous works of the Lord, there may nothing be taken from them, neither may anything be put unto them, neither can the ground of them be found out.
Neither can the ground of them be found out. Why? Because the Most High made everything beautiful. The Most High made everything beautiful in their time, and he have set the world in our heart, so that man cannot find out the work that is done from the beginning. Who can find out? Who can comprehend? Who can understand? When again, the earthly tabernacle weighed down the mind. And again, too carnal, too fleshly, too wicked. You done committed 100 wickedness. Right? 100 abominable acts. And you might got 2 good acts, 2 righteous acts. And you think you can understand righteousness and understand wisdom? The Most High don't work like that. Go ahead, give me you can drop that. Give me what you got over here.
This is Ecclesiasticus 3:21. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
And again, seek not out the things that are too hard for thee. And again, there's a lot of things that's too hard for brothers and sisters to comprehend. But men think they know it. And though a wise man think to find it out, and though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it out. And again, this is Solomon speaking here. Solomon, one of the wisest men to ever walk the earth, whom the Most High gave wisdom to. Right? He gave him wisdom. The Most High revealed secrets to Solomon that he didn't reveal to the majority of people. Right? Go ahead, give me what you got. Keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 3:22. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence. For it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
That's a very important scripture that a lot of us got to consider and take to heart. But the things that are commanded thee, think therefore upon with reverence. Think therefore upon with respect and honor. And you got to do what? Be diligent in the things that are commanded thee. And you find what is commanded thee in the scriptures. But you know the problem is a lot of brothers and sisters don't think for upon these things. And they want to go further. They want to bypass first grade and second grade and grade school and automatically jump to college. When you can't understand what's going on in college if you don't know your ABCs, if you don't know how to read, if you don't know punctuations, if you don't know how to count, if you don't know basic addition and subtraction, and all these things are the things that we need in order to function in the earth. Right? Go ahead, read that verse again.
Ecclesiasticus 3:22. But what is commanded thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
So the things that are commanded thee, think therefore upon with reverence, for it's not needful for thine eyes to see the things that are done in secret. right? It's not needful. I mean, it doesn't profit you none. It's not profitable for us to know certain things that the Most High have done in secret. But men want to reveal these things. Men want to think that they know these things, right? You know what the problem is? Because a lot of brothers and sisters don't pay attention to the basics, right? That's like a parent that's doing homework with their child, right? And the homework is too hard for the parent because they themselves didn't pay attention in school. So there's no way that they can help the child because they wasn't diligent in the things that are commanded thee, in the simple things, in the basic things, the things that are commanded us. But yet they done went to college, they done got their associates and their bachelor's degree, but then they'll still call you, I'm black, I'm African American. Basic things. Big grown men, big grown women still think Christ was born on December 25th. That's a lie. Still don't know the history behind Thanksgiving. That's a lie. Right? Go to that, give me that, that line upon line. Go ahead.
You want Mark?
Down to 25.
Ecclesiasticus 3:24. For many are deceived, 23. Ecclesiasticus 3:23. But what, 3:23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters.
Right, unnecessary matters. And that is true. Be not curious in unnecessary matters. Go ahead, keep going.
For more things are showed unto thee than men understand.
You see that right there? For more things are showed unto thee than men understand. Remember when that was written? We fast forward today. We got all these different devices and technology. So a lot more things are shown to us than what we really understand. Men are mad. Men are foolish. But yet they think that they're able to comprehend wisdom and understanding. More things are shown to thee than men understand. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 3:23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. And that's where it is. Their own vain opinion. So it's not that they're not only wrong, now they got their own opinion that's wicked and that's evil. And they're deceived by it. So they're deceived by their own thoughts, by their own imaginations, because what they think is right. Though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it out. Right? Go back to line upon line. Go ahead, read that for me.
Ecclesiastes 8:17. Then I beheld all the work of the Most High, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun. Because though a man labor to seek it out, yea further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it.
Yet shall he not be able to find it. Again, and we are here in the earth. We are flesh and blood. We are earth and ashes. And the things that are right before us, we don't understand. We can't comprehend. Before you read that, drop that for me. Go to, no, it's fine. You can hold that for me. Read the next verse. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiastes 9:1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them.
So by all that is before us, here in the earth, we don't know anything. We can't comprehend anything except the Most High give it to us. No man knows love or hatred by all that is before us. Read that verse again.
For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High.
Right, so the righteous and the wicked, right?
Excuse me. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High.
Right, so the righteous and the wise and all their works, everything why? Because the Most High got his eye upon who? Upon the righteous. The Most High already know who the wicked are. He already got something slotted for them. Just like he got something slotted for the righteous as well. His eyes are upon them. So the righteous and the wise, go ahead, keep going.
And their works are in the hand of the Most High. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them.
So consider that, right? Unless the Most High told you you're supposed to hate this or you're supposed to hate this or love this and love that, this is good, this is not good, we wouldn't have understanding. We wouldn't even know, right? We wouldn't even know the names of the animals unless Adam named them. We wouldn't know what to eat, what's good, what's clean or what's unclean, unless the Most High told us this is clean and this is unclean. We wouldn't know when the beginning of months were, unless the Most High gave it to us. So by everything that is before us, we can't comprehend. We don't know, unless the Most High gave it to us. Go ahead, give me what you got over here. Ecclesiasticus 17:1.
Ecclesiasticus 17:1. The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again.
That's true. The Most High created man of the earth. Just like you take some sand or some dirt, add some moisture to it, right? Some clay, you could make it, right? That's the potter and it's clay. The Most High is the potter, man is the clay. And he fashioned it according to his liking, according to what he wants it to be, whether it be a vessel unto honor or a vessel unto dishonor. Go ahead, keep going.
The Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again.
So when the Most High's done, when the Most High done used you up, and he don't got no more use for you, the wicked man, the Most High gonna turn you right back into earth, right back into ashes. Go ahead, keep going.
The Lord created man out of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days in a short time and power also over the things therein.
So you see right there, the Most High said he gave us few days in a short time. So within those few days in the short time, which no man has power over the spirit to retain it, no man knows his day or his time or his hour that he's going to be called when his number is pulled. So in those short times, in them few days, what should you do? Right? What should you do with all the time? Right? What's that movie with Justin Timberlake? In Time or something like that, to where they got all the hours that they live on the earth. You can see all the time that you're going to be here on the earth, and you can add onto it, and you can subtract it. Man can't do that. Man don't know how long they're going to be here on the earth. And there's no man that can live as long as they want either. Because when the Most High pull you, that's it. And there is no praise in the grave. Right? There is no coming back and like, all right, I enjoyed that life. Let me come back to live, you know what I mean, and do this. You know what I mean? Let me come back and get it right now. I enjoyed my wicked life. I had fun. Now let me go do something right. No, when your time is called, that's it for you. Go ahead, keep going.
Says Ecclesiasticus 17:3. He endowed them with strength by themselves,
Right.
and made them according to his image.
So you see right there again, the Most High said he made us according to his image, according to his righteousness, according to his immortality, right? According to his idea on what a man should be and his makeup. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:4. And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over the beasts and the fowls.
Go ahead, keep going.
They received the use of the...
Right there. So you see right there again, there is a pecking order. The Most High said he gave us dominion over the beasts of the earth. So there is no a dog is equal to a man. You know what I mean? I think I saw somewhere a woman killed a man and she got like a few years, but then a man killed a police dog and he got like 18 years or something like that. Right? It's crazy. So a dog's life is more valuable than a man's life. Crazy. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding.
Right?
And in the 7th, speech
Right.
and interpretation of the cogitations thereof.
Again, these are the 5 uses of the Most High in the 6th and the 7th. This is what the Most High imparted unto man. This is man's makeup. You might be in a different vessel, meaning our vessel's different. We don't all look the same, but we all have a heart. The majority of us got eyes. The majority of us got ears. The majority of us got a mouth. It's the same makeup. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:6. Counsel and the tongue and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand.
Understand. That's what a lot of us are missing. Understanding. A lot of us got ears, a lot of us got mouths, a lot of us got eyes, but not a lot of us have understanding. That is the issue. We don't understand. The majority of men on earth do not understand the Bible, but yet they want to understand the Most High. They understand righteousness. When all their life, all they're doing is committing wickedness and sin and abomination. You think you're going to be able to tell me what's right and what's wrong? When all you've done in your life was wrong? Come on now. Go ahead, keep going. Down to 10.
Ecclesiasticus 17:7. Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil.
There it is right there. Man knoweth not love or hatred by all that is before him, except the Most High gave it to him, except the Most High taught him, except the Most High allowed wisdom to descend from above and gave it to you, and men were taught the things that are pleasing unto him. Read that 9:1 again.
Ecclesiastes 9:1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them.
Again, unless you're just going to be here in the earth and you're just going to be existing. If you don't know right or wrong, if you don't know good or evil, then you don't know anything unless the Most High give it to you. Just like what he did for who? For Adam. He breathed into him the breath of life and he was made a living soul. He taught him right or wrong. He said, listen, these are my commandments. Do this and you will live forever. But what did he do? And what do men do today? They do the works that you deserve death for. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:7. Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding and showed them good and evil.
Right, read it.
He set his eye upon their hearts that he might show them the greatness of his works.
That he might show them the greatness of his work. And again, he's not going to reveal everything to everybody. That's not what he's going to do. But the Most High did give us some understanding, some wisdom. But the first man knew her not perfectly, neither shall the last find her out. So no man got all the wisdom in the earth. Right, go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:9. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever,
Right,
that they might declare his works with understanding.
Right, so that we might declare the works of the Most High. We got to give the praises to the Most High, not unto man. Like man done did all this. Like man make the clouds, and man man control the wind, and man control the rain, and man control the earthquakes and the tsunamis and the floods. Man can't do that. That's all the works of the Most High. That's all the acts of the Most High. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 17:10. And the elect shall praise his holy name.
You see right there, but the elect, the chosen, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. The elect, meaning a certain amount. It's not everybody, and it's not a lot. It's a few amount of brothers and sisters that's going to praise the Most High in his works. This is true, right? What are you holding over here?
Nothing. Ecclesiastes 9:1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of the Most High. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them.
By all that is before him. Again, we look at something in the earth, we wouldn't know what it is unless the Most High told us what it is. Unless the Most High put it in our heart. Go ahead, keep going.
All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean.
Right? There is one event unto all. To the good, to the clean, to the righteous, to the wicked. Keep going.
To
Was that the
him,
end of the verse?
no. To him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath.
So there's one event, meaning something that everybody got to go through, right? Give me this on this side. Ecclesiasticus 41:1. Give me Ecclesiastes 2:13. So there is one event that happeneth unto all. To the good, to the evil, to the righteous, to the wicked, to him that sacrificeth, and him that sacrificeth not. to him that sweareth an oath, and to him that feareth to swear an oath. This is something that happens to everybody, right? Just like everybody be sick, right? I'm pretty sure everybody has gotten sick. Whether the severity, that's different. I'm pretty sure everybody's cried, right? Pretty sure everybody has gotten angry before, has been happy before maybe, right? So there's a lot of events that happen to a lot of people, right? Go ahead, keep going. What you got over here?
So Ecclesiasticus 41:1. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee, to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions.
But this is something that's promised to everybody. That's death, right? Go ahead, keep going.
Unto the man that hath nothing to vex him, and hath prosperity in all things, yea, unto him that is able to receive meat.
Unto him that is able to receive me. So how bitter is death? So you look at the big men in the earth, men that got money, men that got something here in the earth. When they sit at their dinner table, that thought might pass through their head. Man, I'm not going to, you know what? That thought probably doesn't pass through their head because their heart is just so far in the earth. But it is a bitter thought. I'm not going to have this forever. I'm not going to be here forever. Right? Go ahead, read it.
Ecclesiasticus 41:2. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed for all things, and to him that despiseth and hath lost patience.
Right? So how bitter is the death to him that got things going on in the earth, but how acceptable is death unto him that don't got anything going on in the earth. Right? Down to 4. But this is that event that happens unto all. Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 3. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh.
This is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. So that's not just man. That's the sentence over the beasts of the field, over the creatures in the water, over the fowls over the air, over the insects and all the creeping things, over the trees, over the plants. That's the sentence of the Most High over all flesh is death. Go ahead, keep going.
Ecclesiasticus 41:4. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? There is no inquisition in the grave, whether thou have lived 10 or 100 or 1,000 years.
Right? There is no inquisition, meaning you can't go back, right? You can't plead to the Most High. You can't praise the Most High. When you're dead, that's it. There is no, you die and you see yourself. You know what I mean? You see your dead body, and then your celestial form, or your ghost or your spirit is just hovering over the dead body, and then you walk around the earth and you go scare people. Where do people even come up with these things? Right? Give me that, you can drop that. Give me what you got over here.
Ecclesiastes 2:13. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as light excelleth darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool's walk in darkness.
The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And there's a lot of fools that walk on in darkness, right? Because they're foolish. This episode of this show where these people, I'm not going to name the show, but it's this episode of this show that these people go to this spiritual world, and it's this valley where it's just a mist, and it's just darkness. You can't see, right? But you're lost in that mist. You're lost in that darkness. That's where a lot of brothers and sisters are, just lost in the darkness. But the wise men, they're able to navigate and to walk and to see, because they got some light. Go ahead, keep going.
Excuse me. Ecclesiastes 2:14. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. And I myself perceived also that one event happeneth to them all.
One event happened to them all. Remember, this is Solomon here. Go ahead, keep going.
Then said I in my heart, as it happeneth to the fool, so it happeneth even to me. And why was I then more wise?
So Solomon's saying, why was I then more wise than the fool?
Then I said in my heart,
right,
that this is also his vanity.
That this is also his vanity. Why was I more wise than the fool when there's one event that happened to both of us? I might not be laying in the same grave of him, right? But I'm going to be at the same place in the grave. So why was I then more wise? Go ahead, keep going. Was that 16?
For there is no remembrance of the wise, more than of the fool forever.
Right.
Seeing that which now is, in the days to come shall be forgotten, and how dieth the wise man as the fool?
And how died the wise man? That's the question. How died the wise man? As the fool. That is true. There's one event that happened to us all. Right? Give me read that verse again, 2. Ecclesiastes 9 and 2.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 2. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean. To him that sacrificeth and to him that sacrificeth not, as is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath.
So to him that sweareth and to him that feareth an oath. There is one event that happened to us all. And man don't know love or hatred by all that is before him. Right? We don't know anything unless the Most High give us his wisdom. Right? And again, we got to remember that this is all about the Lord. This is not about a man. This is not about us as individuals. This is about serving the Most High, because that is our duty. And if we don't fulfill our duty, everything else is what? Vain and a vexation of spirit. And with that, brothers united in Christ, shalom.